Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings, brothers and sisters, peace and blessings. Welcome to our regular Sabbath service. If you've noticed that we're not in our normal setting today, and that's simply because the elder had some business he had to take care of, and it just so happened to fit in the time we are obligated to bring you this word. So I told the elder to handle his business, and I will bring this word out because that's what we do. If you followed the channel long enough, you know that it's times where I'll do the Sabbath service in a different setting. Usually the elder is out of town or he's handling some business. And so first and foremost, we must give all praises, glory and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters are truly edified by today's word. What can I say, man? I'm gonna just say it to you this way. On my way here, just not even 10 minutes ago, I just had an encounter, okay, with a handicapped individual, and it was really disturbing to me. It was really disturbing to me how this guy tried to start a confrontation with me, or should I say be confrontational. I'm not going to even go into it right about now. I'm gonna stay focused on the task at hand, and that's to bring today's word out. But Lord willing, maybe later this evening, Lord willing tomorrow, I'll have time to really process that situation and bring you a video and line it up with the scriptures of that encounter that I had. But without further ado, man, I was watching the news earlier this morning on my way to work, man, and I saw a black man here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, being assassinated. Okay, the camera actually caught a man at a gas station being assassinated. That's right, murdered, assassinated. And it just shedded a brighter light, or more even brighter light, to the senseless violence that's going on all over the world, what's going on here specifically in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It just brought the senseless violence to a whole new low, man. I mean, it's unbelievable what I'm witnessing in today's world, man. And you know, the sad thing about it is so many people playing a blind eye to this senseless violence, to these senseless killings. It's sad, man. But here in Milwaukee and in Chicago and all these places where you see these ridiculous homicide rates, it's too many guns in the black community right now. It's too many guns, man, in the black community. It's almost like it's an obvious agenda for blacks to kill one another. It's almost like it's a unwritten, unspoken depopulation agenda. Blacks destroying ourselves, man. So-called blacks destroying themselves, man. I mean, this trend of senseless violence has got to stop, man. But I'm gonna tell you, the most spiritual, frustrating thing about this new trend of senseless violence taking place. Here in Milwaukee, we have a black mayor. We have a black police chief. We have a black woman sheriff. We have, we had a black lieutenant governor. We got activists here. We got aldermen here. All these politicians. We're talking about black, right? And they all playing a blind eye to the senseless violence that's going on in the black community, man. They're playing a blind eye to it. And in 2 Corinthians 4:4, it says, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. So what am I saying? When it comes to a blind eye, 2 Corinthians 4:4 tells it all. The God of this world have blinded the minds of them. Blinded is the key word. Not blinded just visual, but blinded when it comes to your comprehension. It's unbelievable, man. It's almost like people are walking around blindfolded with loaded guns and just shooting wherever, in any direction they want. Think about that, because that's exactly what's happening. What am I saying, man? When you survey everything that's going on in this world, when you survey the senseless violence that's taking place, it's only one answer. And that's the Lord, who we know as Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahushua. Yeah. The Lord is the answer to your questions. And the Lord is the solution to any of your problems, man. Yeah. Now, I'm in downtown Milwaukee. It's a beautiful day today, but it's also slightly windy. So I hope that this word can be heard in the highest order of clarity, and I hope that the wind is not taken away from the quality of hearing this gospel come out, man. Let me grab Jeremiah 33:3. But the Lord is the answer, man. He's the answer. He's the answer. Your leaders and all these people, they don't care nothing about what's going on out in this world. They don't care about their community. They're not even conscious of what's happening. This senseless shooting, these senseless murders, they playing a blind eye to it. Why? Because they're not paid to come out here like me and expose these things. So to keep that check and to keep their job security, they're gonna play a blind eye. And that I ain't gonna do. But the Lord is the answer. And we're gonna prove it in Jeremiah 33:3. It says, call unto me and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. You see that? The Lord is the answer. So if you ain't dealing with the Bible, man, you best need to do that. Because the Lord is the answer, man. Yeah. And when you look at, when you survey everything that's going on, I know to a lot of you, this might be a new thing to you as far as witnessing the senseless violence that's taking place, right? But let me tell you what it says in Ecclesiastes 1:9. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It's already done happened before. Ecclesiastes 1:9, and it reads, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Cold-blooded, man. Yeah. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. The game is rigged. Yeah, the game is rigged, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So when you look at a lot of things that's taking place, and like myself, I be taken back like, whoa, man. It just every day it just seems like we getting to a newer low than the previous low. Unbelievable, man. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. With all these hurting souls, with all this pain, man, I'm gonna tell you what was very necessary today, and that's laughter. Laughter is very necessary today, man. I just got word today that the comedian Bruce is in town. Let me tell you something, man. Those that are dealing with hurting souls, pain, and family loss, and all of that type of stuff, man. Tonight would be a good night, man, to just get away for a quick second, man, and enjoy you some laughter, man. Yeah. You know what they say? Everybody can, you ever heard, the saying that says, I could use a good laugh. I think we all are in that mind state where we all could use a good laugh, man. I know I could. In Proverbs 17:22, man, it speaks about laughter. And like I said, man, with so much pain, so much crying and misery going on, man, we all could use a good laugh today, man. Just to break that consistency of heartbreak. In Proverbs 17:22, it reads, a merry heart, a joyous heart, a happy heart, do it good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dryeth the bones, man. See that? Yeah. A merry heart, do it good like medicine. And we need that medicine today. What medicine am I talking about? Laughter, man. We need that. Some of us need laughter just to avoid losing our mind, man. When you look at all the stuff that's going on today. Yeah. In Proverbs 12:25, it reads, heaviness in the heart of man make it stoop, but a good word make it glad. Yeah, man. And that's why I try to bring you this word, man, by way of comfort, by way of clarity, by way of substance, by way of comfort. Yeah, laughter is extremely necessary today, man. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of hurting souls out here, man. A lot of crying souls. So laughter is very necessary today, man. It's very necessary. And as I proceed to bring this word, another thing that I have observed with my spiritual binoculars, observing the world as I see it, man. I've never seen a time like now where common sense don't even make common sense. Let me say it again. I've never thought that I would get to a point where common sense don't even make common sense, man. Now I want you, sincere brothers and sisters, think about that once. We know what common sense is. We should know what common sense is, right? Common sense is another word of simple, basic intelligence. So, simple, basic intelligence is no longer simple, basic intelligence, aka common sense is no longer common sense. Think about that. Common sense is the simplest form you would think of comprehending and understanding something. And today, the simplest form of that is no longer that. Let's see what it reads in James 1:5, man, about common sense. Don't even make common sense no more today. Let's see what it says in James 1:5, man. Bear with me, brothers. Again, man, I sincerely apologize if the wind in the background is taken away from the clarity of hearing the word clearly. But in James 1:5, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that give it to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given him. So the key thing in James 1:5 is, if any of you lack wisdom, if any of you lack intelligence, okay? If any of you lack common sense, let him ask of Yahweh. And it's a lot of us out here, man, lack common sense. I'm telling you. Again, man, listen, you sincere brothers and sisters, it's not going to be a long word. It's going to be quick, a quick word, man. Really just to give you some substance, man. It's so much hatred in the world today, man. Love, we have lost sight of love. We have lost sight of love. I remember the time where you could be in the grocery store or in your normal walks of life, and you come in contact with someone in passing. It could be a complete stranger. And the courteous thing to do is, hey, how you doing? And people will look at you like they want to kill you. They'll look at you like they want to shoot you. All you did was just greet that person. Good morning, my sister, or good morning, my brother. And that hatred spirit just emerged. You can see it on their face, man. So the lack of love is spearheading a lot of this senseless violence as well. Too many guns and lack of love. That's a dangerous combination, man. In Romans, in Hebrews 13:2, it reads, let brotherly love continue. See that? You can't beat that, man. Let brotherly love continue, man. And we don't have it. We just don't have it, man. It's like people are so turned off when it comes to love, but they turned on when it comes to hatred, though. Listen, man. For the life of me, I've never seen anything like this, man. With so much hate and lack of love. Yeah. I mean, people are not only demonstrating hatred, it's just unbelievable, man. I cannot forget to talk about and touch on mental illness as well. Let's not ignore that. Mental illness is real. And I say that to say this, man. Just because you got a brain don't mean it's working properly. Let me say it again. Just because you got a brain don't mean it's working properly. Don't mean that it's functioning right. A lot of us walking around, with a brain that's no good. Like a lot of people out here, man, brain is on 1,000,000 miles. If brains had a mileage, a lot of y'all brain mileage is over 1,000,000. Which means you got a brain, but it ain't properly working. Let's see what 1 Timothy 6:5 say about that. In 1 Timothy 6:5 it reads, perverse disputing of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. Now, what was the key word in 1 Timothy 6:5? Men of corrupt minds. And it's a lot of men out here of corrupt minds, aka men that have brains, but it ain't properly functioning right. Why? Because they full of corruption. They full of Satan. They full of the energy of Satan. Yeah. Unreal, man. Unreal. So, like I said, man, this word ain't gonna be long. We got one more scripture I'll probably bring out, man, and actually close this thing out, man, because my thing is, what else is it that I have to say to get y'all attention, to get y'all to be more conscious of what's happening, what's going on, man. Yeah. I mean, people are walking around sleepwalking, man. It's just sad. We're in a sad state, man. If you don't have the Lord in your life, man, I think it's time for you to really start going into the direction of the living according to this Bible. Because of living according to the world, you're going to come up short, man. I'm telling you. I ain't going to even lie to you. Or like they say in the East Coast, I ain't going to hold you. But I'm going to say it to you this way, brothers, as I get ready to close this word out. Just because you nod, how a person nod their head as a gesture of saying yes to a situation, that doesn't mean you understand what's being said to you. How you talk to somebody and they be like, oh, yeah, man, yeah. Just because you're talking to a person and they do that, does not necessarily mean they understand what you're talking about. I'm going somewhere with this, so pay close attention. Just because someone nod yes to you in a particular situation doesn't mean he understands what you're saying to him. And we have a lot of that going on, man. People talking to us and they have no clue what you just said to them. And I'm going to say it like this also. Just because a person is speaking to you don't mean they talking to you. Yeah, y'all weren't ready for that. Let me say it again. Just because a person speaking to you don't mean they was talking to you. Yeah. I'll give you some time to think about what I just said. I'll give you a minute or two to think about what I just said. Because we getting ready to close it out. But I want you to think about what I just said. One more time. Just because a person is speaking to you doesn't mean they talking to you. Y'all ain't heard nothing I said, man. You know how you in your regular walks of life, and as you might pass a person, they might say something like, "Hey, man, I see you, my brother." Even though that's what you heard, that don't mean they necessarily talking to you. What do I mean when I say that? They speaking to you, but they don't care to know who you are. They don't care to know if you even exist, man. They just speaking to you. But they have no interest in talking to you. But somebody will speak to you, and then you'll just start talking to them like you've been knowing them from years, and then you wonder why they looking at you like you crazy. Because that's the world we in now. Back in the day, you could speak to a person, they speak to you, and y'all might have small talk in passing. You can't do that today, because guess what they're gonna say to you? The interpretation gonna be is, "Hey, how you doing?" But I wasn't really talking to you like that. You know, I spoke to you, but I didn't give you the green light to come talk to me. Yeah. Listen what it says in Ecclesiastes 9:5. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead, they know not anything. Let's just stop right there. For the living know that they shall die. But here's the point. But the dead know not anything. So a lot of time when you speaking to people, you speaking to dead people and don't even know it. You remember the movie Sixth Sense when he said, "I see dead people"? That's happening right now, spiritually and metaphorically speaking. That's happening right now. The dead know not anything. So when you speak to the dead, they not even conscious that you talking to them, man. Yeah, y'all ain't see that coming. It says, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. See that? I can't make this up, man. No, I can't. But listen up, man. As we get ready to close out this word, man. With everything that's going on in life today, all the tragedies, all the senseless violence, all the hatred, the answer to your biblical, spiritual life and everything that comes with it, your answer is Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahushua. Your answer is the Lord, through his only begotten son, Yahushua. That's your answer. To any understand me, the Lord is the answer, and the Lord is the solution to any problem you may have. If you don't have the Lord in your life, I suggest you look in his direction. Because the way I see it, brothers and sisters, the Lord about to come back and get them ass hairs. Not them nose hairs, them ass hairs. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters were truly edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Stay prayed up, man. And keep that love going. Word.